What's up, everybody? This is Jed Johnson from DieselCrew.com. Of course, you know they call me Napalm. I got another great question this weekend from Ben. I believe his last name is Champoli. Ben, if that's not how you pronounce your name, please let me know how to do that because you and I interact a lot and I like to know how to properly pronounce names. So please let me know. Ben's question is, what is the difference between hex head blobs or block weights and York style block weights? As far as if you have the same, if they come from the same weight of dumbbell, what are the difficulty factors that makes one harder than the other? So generally, if you have two block weights from 100-pound dumbbells, let's say, one is a hex block and one is a York, then the York is going to be tougher because of its sloped edges. And the hex block usually has straight edges. Now, there are some hex blocks out there that have sloped edges, especially really, really old ones. I've got one or two in my collection. So that makes them a little bit harder. However, because they're so old, the surface is very porous, and there's an excellent surface for you to grip onto. So it kind of negates that would-be potential for difficulty. The other thing you'll find is some of the newer hex blocks, especially the Cap brand, have a slope on them. So you have the top area that's flat, and then the side is flat, but they have this slope on them that's really, really long. And if you have shorter fingers, you won't be able to reach over and get those straight edges that are on the sides. So you're going to have to squeeze on the angle side, and that can actually make them very, very difficult to lift. So that is another thing to be aware of. Plus, the paint job on some of those hex head dumbbells is very slick, will not take chalk very well, and that makes them harder. So in general, a York is going to be tougher than a hex block head of the same weight. But if you throw some of those other factors in, you might just find a hex block that's a little bit tougher to lift than an actual York. All right, guys, I hope this has been helpful. And if you like this video, be sure to give it one of these. Don't forget to subscribe and sign up for notifications so you're notified every time I put out a new video. And if you thought this was particularly helpful, go ahead and share it with your friends.